So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A very quick break thanks to our very quick admins here, and we're going to go right ahead with our second series. So for our first player, it is going to be Smile playing for My Insanity, and he's going to be the first Terran in this TVT. Now, well, we haven't seen too much of Smile so far, but it's going to be interesting how much he's been practicing, because usually if you see someone practice really hard, they actually haven't been participating too much in the online events. More likely they've been sitting down doing that kind of Kesper prac with a dedicated partner. But very little when it comes to competitions from him in the last few months. So it's going to be interesting to see how well he does in Copa.
Absolutely. But to not count out his opponent, it is going to be Cealer. And I mean, this guy, I remember taking a look at him right on his recent match history and what he's been doing. I do believe he actually signed up to play in the Kung Fu Cup. Sadly, fell out in the first round of our NA qualifiers. However, though, back in the Triple L season, this guy 2-0'd Major 2 series in a row. And Major, of course, an absolute monster in TVT. And this is, of course, a TVT Terran versus Terran matchup. So I'm actually very excited to see what Cealer will have for us today. Because if you take down Major in a Terran versus Terran, man, that's means you're fairly good.
Yeah, I think Major right now is probably one of the best foreigners, if not the best in TVT. I think him and Bunny are the two contenders for that title. But I think right now seeing Smile and Cealer, I don't know, it's going to be a very interesting one. Now we saw Cealer, we saw him compete a bit here, playing against Wingyan and Jim Rising. So he did have a really hard time against Jim and Wingyan actually in the Triple L, but we saw him a bit more than Smile in this case. He's been competing in several online events. He even tried to qualify for the Kung Fu Cup that we actually casted. I think we didn't get his game, but he was certainly in the brackets.
Yeah, I do remember seeing him. I also remember his opponent because we actually casted one of his games, Kai-Fire or K-Fire, how you want to be pronouncing that. So I mean, they're slowly creeping in there, coming out of the woodwork. A lot of these players, and I really do enjoy the watching the up and coming players, the newer names, sort of starting to take some space. It's very nice to see these boosts of passion from these younger generations of players.
Yeah, I really hope we do get to see more Latin American players in the so-called, as you say, like the popular foreign scene, like the North American and European scene. Of course, a lot of the Latin American players do come into North American different qualifiers. We saw them, for instance, try to qualify for I Am Taipei even, which actually isn't even North American, but that's one of the examples that we have several players here trying for.
There's a lot on the line in this, guys. But anyway, with that being said, we have our first player here in the top right. In the blue, it is going to be Smile. He's playing for Team My Insanity. And his opponent here in the bottom right in the red, it's going to be Cealer.
Okay, so Cealer versus Smile in this TVT. So I was kind of prepping for TVZs all day long here, but to get two of these mirror matchups right away, a bit of a joy actually, because sure, we've seen our fair share of ZVZs, and to be honest, although I do love me some ZVZs, and I really do, I just feel that we had a few too many for the few games we just have gotten with the CopaAmerica so far. So I'm really happy. Yeah, it was mostly just DVZ all day long. We had 1 or 2 PVZs, I believe.
Yeah, 1 Terran versus Zerg as well, but so fair, just generally very nice with some variation.
Yeah, TVT we haven't seen so far. It's gonna be great.
No, this is the first one actually. But as we are coming into this first match, already both of these players heading in for a fairly quick start to the action. 11 gas, followed up by a 13 racks. So it's going to be Reaper play. We'll see if they're deciding to commit to the Reactor Reaper. Or if we'll see someone go into a rather quick factory over getting Reaper number 2.
Yeah, we're going to see. I mean, it's not as common anymore to go for more than just the first Reaper. Unless your name is Rough, but there we go. The second.
I mean, you could hit your opponent off guard with a 2-Rax Reaper. It's still a build in circulation.
Yeah, it's just like it's not as common as it used to be. Like there was a time when it was really scary because you'd
Really
kind of had.
like
Yeah, exactly. You had to count
Heavy
on
Rain.
someone. Huh?
Heavy Rain. Do you remember that map?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, like 2-Rax Reaper on that map was insane.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, with Blinkstalkers being that amazing, I guess.
Yeah, you had all these ledges where you could dance in and out of. So it was really hard to cover the entire base.
Well, we're not going to see any double reproduction yet, at least. We do see a factory going down here for Smile, and Cealer is going to do the same. Starport already coming down here for both players as well, and both grabbing that second gas. It looks very much like they want to go into some Banshee play already.
Yeah, might see a Viking first out of one of these guys, or perhaps a Raven. It's going for the slower, safer approach. I don't really know what I would prefer. I kind of like the Viking first opening, actually, because it just really helps to safeguard versus that Banshee play. It's sort of like opening Phoenix first in Stargate versus Stargate in PvP. Gives you that security of not having to worry about that you'll have a Banshee coming to your mineral line and start wreaking havoc if you don't have a scan.
Well, we'll see. Cloak started right away for Smile, but Seal is the one to go for that Viking. Now, remember, if your opponent wasn't going for Banshees, the Viking won't be doing all too much early game. So, it's kind of one of those plays that you kind of are hoping for your opponent to go for a Banshee play. And to follow this up, we should see a Banshee. You can, a Raven. You can actually go straight into Banshee if you believe you have enough. But Raven is, of course, the surefire way to make sure the Banshees won't do anything to you.
Yes, and of course, won't force you to invest into an early engineering bay that you want in that turret. And Cealer even getting in with this Reaper, so he's going to get the full scout. He even saw that tech lab researching that cloak. And he might catch this Banshee leaving the base, but no. Reaper will end up getting out of here, so that's very nice.
That's a bit sloppy for Smile, though.
Yeah, I mean, he should have caught that. And his Viking catches this Banshee. This is a pretty big deal, because this is a considerable investment from Smiler now. This Banshee is virtually going to do nothing.
Yeah, 12 seconds left for the cloaking field, and there it goes down. So the Banshee falls, and it was actually a Raven to follow this up, so not sure if you want to finish that cloak research here, Smile, but he does do so. No units to use it, though.
No, a little sloppy, I have to say. From our Blue Terran here to start things off. First not dealing with the Reaper, then not keeping an eye on the minimap to see that red dot. That was Cealer's Viking, so he lost not only the Banshee, but he also gave his opponent the full vision of the full scout. So not the best start here for Smile, I have to say.
But well, Cealer once again gets in with the Reaper. Oh my god, Smile really needs to stop this from happening, and now he's going to come in and he sees the reactor, even sees the Widow Mine, so he knows that this is not going to be like pure mech. But another tip here for him as well is that he sees that the Banshee has started to be produced as well, so now he can actually put his Vikings and Raven in position to catch a Banshee rather than actually a drop.
Well, I mean, it could have been a medevac. He doesn't know.
Well, it was tech lab on it. I mean, yeah, it could have been. It could have been.
You don't know, because it's not like with the Stargate where you actually see what's being constructed in it. But this Banshee does have cloak, but of course Ravens, they see cloaked things. I see dead Banshees.
Well, we're going to see if it is going to die. Right now we see two Vikings, and oh my, yeah, that's a bit too far in already. And, well, the Banshee will try to get away, but there's no Banshee speeding hard. The Swarm, unfortunately, for Smile, and there he goes down. As Smile right now, together with Cealer, both taking the second base and just setting up. Smile, though, he's going to bio from the looks of it, and he's start off with his first barracks together with that stim pack, as Cealer going for pure mech here.
Very heavy numbers of Hellions. Blue Flame as well. This is a bit unorthodox that you actually go right into the Blue Flame. This heavy amount of Hellions. Generally you'd see some attempted perhaps Banshee play from the meching Terran, going up into siege tanks and making sure to get those Vikings out. But this just going into pretty much mass Hellion.
It's kind of 40G style.
Yeah, that's actually true when you say it. I mean, taking a look at this. This though, landing the Vikings. Has a tank with this though, but
oh,
there we go. Widowmine
does see it.
Okay, so the Marines soaked that shot, but these siege tanks are going to be very important. All the Marines are stacked up though on this ramp, and they're going to get fried in seconds. We have this siege tank to support as well, but it's not hitting the tanks of Smile. I think though that is going to be too much, and he's going to end up being overwhelmed here.
Yeah, Cealer having a really strong timing, knowing that the infrastructure was just not set up for Smile, who has failed to deal any damage in this game. Every single siege tank falls, and now he's going to try to defend Blue Flame Hellions with SCVs. I mean, the Blue Flame Hellions won't even have to chase the workers at this point. They all go down, 33 workers. That's going to be a quick GG for Smile. And Cealer is going to take the first map in this series. Of course, it's the best out of 3, so still a chance to come back.
Yeah, but very rough start for Smile. Like, nothing really going his way. First